పురాతనమైన గుహ్య శిక్షగా కాక మనకు ఈ రోజుల్లో పనికి వచ్చే ఒక సమకాలీన శాస్త్రము అని గుర్తు చేస్తాయి. తార్కికత, చమత్కారాలతో కూడుకున్న సద్గురు ప్రసంగాలు, ప్రవచనాలు ఆయనకు గొప్ప వక్తగా, అభిప్రాయ నిర్మాతగా అంతర్జాతీయ ఖ్యాతిని తెచ్చిపెట్టాయి. మానవ హక్కులు, వ్యాపార విలువలు, సామాజిక, పర్యావరణ మరియు అస్తిత్వం వంటి వివిధ విషయాల గురించి మాట్లాడడానికి సద్గురు ప్రసంగాలు ఆయనను ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా తీసుకువెళ్ళాయి. మానవ చైతన్యం పెంచడమే సద్గురు యొక్క నిరంతర ప్రయత్నం. ప్రజలు తమను తాము పరివర్తన చేసుకునేందుకు వారు అసంఖ్యాకమైన ప్రక్రియలను, పద్ధతులను సృష్టించారు. సద్గురు చే స్థాపించబడిన ఈసా ఫౌండేషన్ ఒక మతాతీతమైన మానవ సేవ కోసం, మానవ శ్రేయస్సు కోసం అన్ని విషయాలను పరిగణనలోకి తీసుకున్న ఒక సంస్థ.
పరిపూర్ణమైన మనుషులు పరిపూర్ణమైన వ్యక్తిత్వం వల్ల సాధ్యమవుతుందంటారు. ఆ పరిపూర్ణమైన వ్యక్తిత్వం ఆధ్యాత్మిక చింతన వల్లే అంటారు జగ్గి వాసుదేవ్. వారి వేదిక మీద ఉన్నారు. వారికి కోటి దీపోత్సవ వేదిక నమస్సులు సమర్పిస్తోంది.
जय जय करुणाब्धे, जय जय करुणाब्धे, ॐ श्री महादेव शंभो. అందరికీ వందనములు. This festival, this event of Koti Deepothsavam, what is the significance? Why are we doing what we are doing here? What is the point of lighting this lamp? What is the science behind it? Because this is a culture. This is a culture where we did not do anything which is not scientific, which is not naturally for the enhancement of the human being to reach towards their ultimate well-being or liberation. So in this process, this lighting of the lamp is significant because in human experience, our visual experience is such, it's light which makes us see. So in this context, we have always seen that in our experience of these five senses, light plays a significant role in our perception of the world around us. If there is no light, there is no experience of anything around us. So in this context, light is important. But the significance of this day is not just about light, it is not just about lighting a lamp, it is the beginning of what we refer to as the Kaivalya Pada. In this month, where we have reached the shortest day of the year in the tropical climate, though the shortest day, the solstice or the winter solstice comes in December, the tropical solstice happens almost a month before that. It is in this context that we have made this Karthika Masam very, very significant, because this is the shift from Sadhana Pada to Kaivalya Pada. What this means, I will go into it because Telugu, please.
ఈ ఉత్సవం, ఈ కార్తీక దీపోత్సవం, దీనికున్న ప్రాధాన్యత ఏంటి, దీనికున్న వైశిష్ట్యం ఏమిటి? ఏ సంస్కృతిలో అయితే ప్రతి ఉత్సవము, ప్రతి పండుగ మానవుని శ్రేయస్సు కోసం, అభ్యున్నతి కోసం ఏర్పాటు చేయబడి ఉందో, అటువంటి సంస్కృతిలో ఈ కార్తీక దీపోత్సవానికి ఉన్న వైశిష్ట్యం ఏమిటో మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. మనం మన ఇంద్రియాల ద్వారా ఈ ప్రపంచంలోని జ్ఞానాన్ని పొందుతూ ఉంటే వీటన్నింటిలో కూడా దీపానికి ఉన్న ప్రాధాన్యత ఎంతో ఎక్కువ. మన కంటికి వెలుగు లేకపోతే
Nobody knew where he came from, what his antecedents were. His name, his identity was not known. Not knowing who he is, but drawn to the power of his being, people assembled. Because he never introduced himself, nor told his name, people started referring to him as Adi Yogi, the first yogi. A huge gathering like this happened, but he did nothing. He said nothing, he did nothing, he simply sat still. If nobody says anything here on this stage or do anything on this stage, within 10 minutes, half the people at the rear part of the thing will slowly disappear. If we don't do anything for 3 hours, most of them will disappear. If we don't do anything for 3 days, only a few hardcore ones will hang on, the rest of them will be gone. The same happened to him. Thousands of people gathered initially. He said nothing, did nothing, simply sat still. Days, weeks, months passed, he simply sat still. People could not make out whether he's really alive or not. The only sign of aliveness was tears of ecstasy were dribbling down his cheeks. Otherwise, he did not even seem to be breathing. They were expecting a miracle. Their idea of a miracle is something dramatic to happen. But what they were missing is that for a human being to sit here unmoving for months, no water, no food, no attending to nature's calls, simply sitting here. If you have to sit like this, you have to transcend your physical nature. That is one thing they could not notice. Just 7 people hung on, and those 7 people today are celebrated in this culture as the Saptarishis. These 7 people pursued him and wanted to know the mastery that he has over himself. He seems to have mastered all processes of life, because what we call as life is just a certain combination of energy and time. How we manage this life energy and the time that we have is all that life is. If your time runs out before your energy runs out, we call this untimely death. If your energies run out before your time runs out, you will become like a vegetative existence. So the whole process of life is just to weave these two things of energy and time together and make it happen in the most effective way. But here is a human being who is simply sitting. Time doesn't seem to affect him. You've been sitting here for 1.5 hours, already your legs are telling stories. If you sit here for some more time, you will see it will start singing by itself. It will do its own mantra, it will not listen to any other mantra. But here he sat for months on end, unmoving. So these 7 people asked, the Saptarishis asked him, what is this? You seem to be experiencing something about this life that we do not know. We want to know this.
15,000 సంవత్సరాల క్రితం ఈ దేశంలో
Yogi, who they started referring to as Shiva, because the word Shiva literally means Shiva means that which is not. That which is material. That which is creation. That which is not is the basis of creation. So they refer to him as Shiva, but he sat there as a yogi with them, and seeing their interest, when the sun shifted from Uttarayana to Dakshinayana in the month of June, the first full moon after Dakshinayana, the Dakshinayana process started, he turned south. Because the sun turned south, he turned south and started expounding the science of knowing the mechanics of what a human being is and what is his relationship with the rest of the universe and how we can make this into one. This process of making the individual human being one with the larger existence is referred to as yoga. The word yoga means union. Yoga does not mean standing on your head, yoga does not mean twisting your body, yoga does not mean holding your breath. Yoga means the individual has united with the larger universe. Because whoever we are, whatever we are, at whatever stage of life we are, we want to be something more than what we are right now. But if that something more happens, we want something more. If that something more happens, we want something more. If we really look at it, we are not looking for more, we want all. If all has to happen, transcending physical nature is a fundamental requirement. So he taught them the process, 112 ways of transcending the physical nature and becoming one with the universe.
ఆ ఏడుగురికి కొంతకాలము తరువాత
How did this creation happen? What is the nature of this creation? Overawed by the simple, the sheer, the size or the immeasurable nature of the galaxies and the universe. So he laughed. Shiva laughed and said, I can roll up the whole cosmos and pack it into a mustard seed.
వారు
Into a mustard seed. They got further confused. Then they asked, if that is so, what is it made of? Such a large universe, if you can pack it into a mustard seed, what is the content of the universe? What is it made of? Then he simply said this. It means, he said, the whole universe is just a play of 5 elements. Your body, the world that you live in, the entire universe is just a play of 5 elements. If you have mastery over these 5 elements, you have mastery over your own nature, your health, your well-being, your success and your ultimate aspiration of liberation or mukti. Everything is yours if you have mastery over these 5. Just 5, not 5 million, not 5 trillion, just 5 things if you master. Based on this, he propounded the fundamental process of yoga which is known as the Bhuta Shuddhi. That is, first thing is to cleanse the 5 elements in our own bodies, cleanse the 5 elements around us and gain mastery over that. If you have mastery over the 5 elements, you have mastery over every life process. So all dimensions of yoga are actually an offshoot of this fundamental process which we refer to as the Bhuta Shuddhi. Wanting to gain mastery over their own lives and their ability to manifest things in the world in which we live. The sadhana started in the month of June as the Dakshinayana began. So this phase of the year, which is Dakshinayana, is referred to as the sadhana pada. The Karthika Masam is significant because now it is moving into what is called as Kaivalya pada. That means this was all the time of ploughing, seeding and cultivating. Now the time for harvest, the inner harvest of whatever sadhana you have done, to take the cream of that sadhana, to make it available to yourself. You have heard many stories about this, where everybody is definitely aware of how Pitamaha Bhishma waited on the bed of arrows not to die in the sadhana pada, but he wants to die or leave his body in the Kaivalya pada because that is the time you can harvest the fruits of life. The inner nature can be harvested very easily in the Kaivalya pada. Right now, this is the transition from sadhana to Kaivalya, and it is because of that in this month, lighting of the lamp is indicative of enlightenment, awareness, consciousness and ultimate liberation. All this is symbolized by the lamps that we light.
ఈ పంచభూత
This effort I'm very glad that this Bakthi TV is making this happen for all of you. Now, this is not just about lighting one lamp. Usually the tradition said that as the Karthika Masam comes, you must double the lamps that you light, because one thing is the day has become shorter, so you need little more light to do your daily activity. Another thing is to indicate that you are multiplying the light in your life. So one thing I would say is for all of you, every day, in this month at least, because 1 crore lamps is not enough. We want 125 crore lamps in this country for every one of them. At least one for every one. We need 700 crores of lamps for every human being on this planet. You cannot do all that by yourself. You must do this much. One for yourself, one for somebody who is dear to you, and one for somebody whom you do not like.
కాబట్టి ఈ సంవత్సరం
In this country, we have 365 festivals. Because every day is worth celebrating. So every day was a festival. But slowly, we moved from being agricultural families to office-going families. So only when the government gives you a holiday, that well, otherwise it is not a festival. And gradually it is so happening that a festival means there was a time when the whole town or the village came together. It was a time of communion, it was a time of togetherness, it was a time of joy and celebration. But today festival means overeating and watching cinema on the television. So it's very wonderful to see that in the name of festival, all of you have assembled here, and lighting a lamp together is very significant, because lighting a lamp for each other, lighting a lamp for ourselves is a very important part of our lives. Just the calendar picture that you see, the significance is just this. Nowhere else in the history of humanity, either before him or after him, has anybody looked at the nature of the human being, the possibilities of what it means to be human and what are the things you can do with it, the immensity of being human. That is, this small little human being is capable of perceiving the whole cosmos within himself. This possibility he opened up in terms of enhancing, enlarging human perception and experience. No individual ever on this planet has made the contribution that this one great being has done. It is from this context, the possibility that he has created for us, that we bow down to him. It is… today culturally we may be just worshipping him. We have always told you that he is a destroyer. When we say a destroyer, he is the destroyer of your ignorance, he is the destroyer of all limitations, he is the destroyer of all boundaries that you hold for yourself. So your aspiration, if we want to live well, if you want to live well, you must understand this. To live well, you need a functioning body and a functioning brain, and that's all you need. You don't have to call higher powers to live well. This is a serious mistake we're doing. Only when we have aspirations beyond living well, that is when you call for it. You call for higher possibilities only when your aspiration is for higher possibilities. To earn a living, to maintain a family, to run a business, you should not call. You just have to use your body and your brain. That's all it takes, because the Creator has given us this possibility. We are supposed to use this, not save it for the grave. We are supposed to use this body to its best, we are supposed to use this intelligence to its best, and this is not a small gift. Look at every other creature, a worm, insect, bird, animal, whatever you look at it, all of them are managing their own life with a tiny little brain. With such a big brain, we should not have problem managing our lives. So don't look up if you want to live well. If you want to live well, learn to use your body and your brain. But you will see, living well will not be enough. When you're not living well, you think if you have certain amount of wealth or other things you will be okay. But once you get it, you realize it's not good enough. When you realize that just eating well, sleeping well, being healthy is not good enough, you want something more. When this aspiration comes into you, that is when you must truly utter the word Shiva, because if you prepare this system and just one utterance, you don't have to say it 1,000 times, just one utterance will explode the life energies within you, allowing you to transcend all limitations that you are in. Without preparation, without preparing the soil, if you put the best seed on a stone, nothing is going to happen. So what is needed is preparation. Just simply throwing the name of God all over the place is not going to help. First preparing this, that this is ready. This is soil, this is just the earth that we have picked up. If you prepare the soil well and put the seed that we refer to as Shiva, this is a tremendous phenomena. Otherwise, you just know it in another word, you sing a song about it, that's not going to help. Prepare the necessary soil, prepare your body, prepare your mind, just one utterance is enough. It will deliver you to a completely new state of experience. Please keep your hands open. Let's close our eyes. Please close your eyes. And we will utter this mantra. Please utter after me.
మీ అరచేతులు తెరచి ఉంచి కళ్ళు మూసుకొని ఇప్పుడు సద్గురు గారు చెప్పే మంత్రాన్ని మీరు కూడా ఉచ్చరించండి.
యోగ యోగ యోగీశ్వరాయ భూత భూత భూతేశ్వరాయ కాల కాల కాళేశ్వరాయ శివ శివ సర్వేశ్వరాయ శంభో శంభో మహాదేవాయ యోగ యోగ యోగీశ్వరాయ భూత భూత భూతేశ్వరాయ కాల కాల కాళేశ్వరాయ శివ శివ సర్వేశ్వరాయ శంభో శంభో మహాదేవాయ యోగ యోగ యోగీశ్వరాయ భూత భూత భూతేశ్వరాయ కాల కాల కాళేశ్వరాయ with your eyes closed.
మీ కళ్ళు మూసే ఉంచండి.
Slowly open your eyes. Open your eyes.
కళ్ళు తెరవండి.
We did not come here to speak. We came here to light the lamp. So let's go through this before we do this once again. I would like to express my appreciation for all those who are behind organizing an event like this, for all of you. It is very important that to keep the cultural roots of what this country is, to keep the significance, the spiritual significance of our existence as a land, it's very important that these kind of events should grow and multiply in many ways. And I apologize for speaking in English to you. నాకు మాతృభాష తెలుగు అయినాలు నాకు చిగ్గగా ఉంది ఇప్పుడు. I'm not able to speak the language anymore. Thank you very much.
ఈరోజు ప్రధానమైనటువంటి కార్యక్రమం దీపాలను వెలిగించడం.
అందరూ చెప్పండి, నా చేతులు చూడండి.